Somalia was considered by most like a failed state.
There's no freedom of expression in Somalia. Anyone can attack you, anyone can arrest you.
It was a shocking experience. No food, tortured, no drinking water. I prepared myself for death.
There are various centers of power in Somalia. So we have the government in the capital city Mogadishu, we have Al-Shabaab in the south-central Somali hinterland, and Somaliland is the capital city of Hargeisa in the northwest, declared its independence in 1991. So according to their own definition, they are not even part of Somalia anymore. Al-Shabaab is an Islamist organization, a militant Islamic organization, which is part of Al-Qaeda officially. Initially, they were a very small group. They wanted to establish Islamic rule in Somalia. They also forcefully recruit people. If they have losses, they go to villages and forcefully recruit young men mostly. They sometimes also force women into marriage.
I grew up in Somalia in a displacement camp. My brother was shot dead while we were living in that camp, and I loved him, and I still feel the traumatic memory of losing my brother. I was shot, injured during when my brother was killed, and I lost my arm. It was very difficult memory, but it is a memory that forms my history. In 2022, October the 10th, an armed men of the Somali government came and raided our office in Mogadishu. The next day, they stopped me at the airport, kidnapped me without a warrant of court, without any kind of justification, and put me in an underground cell. This underground cell is run by the National Intelligence of Somalia. It is a place where they detain critical politicians, journalists, and also members of Al-Shabaab terrorist group. It was a shocking experience. No food, tortured, no drinking water. The cell is underground, no ventilation. I was nearly lost breathing during midnight for my first night in the cell because they locked the door, and this is underground and there are no ventilation windows. This made me almost on the verge of death, and I started thinking about my family. I prepared myself for death. I have worked with Awil in 2008, 2009 as a journalist. I was his editor, online editor. He's a very young and talented journalist whom I have worked with him and known him for years and years. Hello, Awil.
Abdalle,
Okay, long time.
Long time, yeah. How is everything?
I'm doing well. I'm based here in UK. It's Friday morning, so it's amazing to see you, Awil. Long time.
My name is Awil Mohamud Abdi. I'm Somali journalist. My position right now is the director of Radio Gaalkacyo.
Radio Gaalkacyo.
This picture is me when I was in the radio.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Dhegeystayaal duhur wacan oo wanaagsan ku soo dhawaada barnaamijka.
If you are in Al-Shabaab controlled areas, there's absolutely no freedom of speech and freedom of press. So I think even in Mogadishu, journalists who are critical of the government are at risk of being targeted. Sometimes not officially, but unofficially. It's easy to get a hitman to get you out of the way if you really, try to uncover corruption at a high level of government.
When I came in my home, I turned the light. Few seconds, not 2 minutes, few seconds later, there's a bullet from the window. Immediately, I turned off the light and slammed it down. At the morning, I saw some equipment from the bullets, maybe 5 to 7 bullets. They fired on my bedroom window. My wife and my children, they shocked me too. I remember they killed many of my friends and colleagues. They killed also Abdalle Silver. He was one of my best friends. They can shoot anytime or any place you can stay at that time. Then I fled the country really, and I came in Nairobi, Kenya. At that time, I was requested from RSF, Reporters on Granson, and that's the end. I came in Berlin. Yeah. It's so difficult. Another country which you don't know most of the language that the people are talking. There is other friends. Those are in Berlin.
That's good.
They called champions on the Grenzen. They also welcomed me. Sometimes we played football. Long time I didn't do that because of safety. In Somalia.
May the 4th this year. That is the last time that I physically saw my family. That's when I left them. I still I feel homesickness. It's quite difficult, and it sometimes gives me the emotional stress of not having family with me. But we have overcome. That's what dictators want. That's what autocratic states want. They want to make you break down. They want to make your family break down. That's what they want to make. But you have to just say no. And my family showed their strength. I am a true believer of human rights. And what motivates me is, if I don't do this job, if I don't advocate and speak out against violations, protection of the communities that are vulnerable, women, children, minority communities who have no voices at all in Somalia. If I don't do that job, who else is going to do?
From August 2021 until now, I didn't see, but I have contacted with them. I conversation with my children to video conference, but I'm interested in that we will be together one of the time. Really, I miss them. Yeah.
I want to send a copy of this book. It's called Hounded, African Journalists in Exile, which I co-authored. It contains 16 different chapters of African. One of them is mine about Somalia, and I will send a copy of this book to you, so that you will just read and try if you can translate that chapter into German.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Free speech enables individuals to take part in politics and stand up to be counted, to be an active player in a democracy, not a passive spectator. As for the idealistic belief in a privileged fourth estate, that is an illusion of the Western world. In Africa, journalism's special mission doesn't shield us from political violence. Still, I want to make a difference, but doing so means risking my life and that of my family.